What's up, everybody? Today we're going to talk about the number one side hustle, which can actually be a main hustle for service members and veterans. And, there's a lot of different side hustles out there. In fact, I got an article, which I'll link to down below, that's got like over 45. In fact, the title's like 45, but now it's way more than that. Side hustles that are awesome for service members and vets. And some of them make a little bit here and make a little bit there, and some of them take some time and they make more money, and some of them don't take a whole lot of time, but they don't make a ton of money, and some of them are the long play and the short play. Side hustles are like people. They come in all shapes and sizes, and you just got to figure out what you like. Now, I'm going to talk about what I think could potentially be the top side hustle for service members and veterans. And the beauty of this is that there's a lot of different ways that you can do it. And so we're going to kind of talk through that. I'm going to tell you about the way that I do it. I'm going to tell you about the way that one of my partners does it. I'm going to tell you about the way that one of his partners, now my other partner, does it. I'm going to tell you about what we're building to help you do it. And it's going to be great. So we're going to jump in right now. I don't know if I'm actually going to make any edits or if that's just going to be a really corny jump with an intro or no intro or who knows, because I just do weird stuff when I do YouTube. But make sure you subscribe, click the link, and really, whether this video is your cup of tea or not, if you're in the military or you're a veteran or you know somebody who's in the military or a veteran, and anybody in that circle or triangle or square or whatever you want to identify that shape as, has any desire ever to achieve financial freedom or learn how to build wealth or just really not have to work for anybody other than themselves, subscribe or share it with them, because that's what we do. We're the largest military real estate investing and or entrepreneurship community in the world via Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, podcast, all over the place. And we're here for you. So what's the side hustle? Getting your real estate license. I know. But Dave, being a realtor is a full-time job. Not always. I have done 6 figures as a real estate agent for the last 3 years without selling or transacting a single house, and I spend probably less than an hour a week doing anything because my assistant runs my entire real estate business, and we do referrals. 6 figures. 120,000 in 2020. It's probably like 112,000, I think, in 2021, and I think it's going to be like right at like 105-ish maybe in 2022. We're got a few closings. It might actually end up being like 95. I don't know. I think we're going to break the 6 this year, so I probably shouldn't speak too soon. Maybe I should wait like a month to film this video just to say 6 figures 3 years in a row. Whatever. Who cares? Interest rates have been kind of wonky for the last couple months. Everybody knows. So anyway, that being said, not bad for an hour a week because someone else is managing everything, right? That's one way to do it, referrals, and I'll talk about that. Another way is as a part-time real estate agent while you're still in the military. Got a lot of friends who do that. My buddy Mike does it in Ventura County. He does it very well. Got a lot of friends who did that. My buddy Charlie, who's now my partner on what we're building. That's what he did until he got out. And then as a veteran, you can do it full-time. And you can be very successful. And yes, it can be a full-time career. And people, my buddy Donnie, people just crush it as real estate agents. So it can be a full-time thing, a part-time thing. It can be a part-time thing that becomes a full-time thing. It can be a referral thing. It can be whatever you want it to be, right? It can be something you do just to save money on commissions when you sell a house as a flip. That could be worth it if you're paying 6% on $1 million home that you're flipping, right? That's 60 grand that you might save. Or even if it's just 30 grand that you save on the flip. Right? Like, it could pay for itself. So, why do I think this is a good side hustle? Or full-time hustle? For one, it's really cheap to get into. Every state has their own licensing laws, but the whole course is going to be under $1,000, right? Most courses are like $200 to $400 probably to get your license, maybe $600 on the high end. The thing that might cost you is the MLS access, multiple listing service, depending on your state. Might be like $1,200 for the year. If you do the referral thing like I do, you don't need MLS access because you can hang your license in what's called an inactive status, meaning you're not going to transact homes, so you don't need MLS access. Just depends on how you do it. But I've got a whole spiel like course on referral side that I can point you towards if you want a whole lot more info on that, or if you want to join our, like, talk about joining our team, the military agent team, or just jump on our free Facebook. We can answer a lot of those questions, but more on that later. I'll link down below if you got questions about the military agent. I guess free Facebook group community about all this stuff. But so the referral thing is basically like, if you came to me and you were like, Dave, I want to buy a house. I'm like, great. I know an awesome agent. Let me make an introduction. And then if you do buy a house, that agent will give me 25% of their commission as a thank you for the introduction. So I make the introduction, and then if you buy a house, they give me 25% of their commission as a thank you for bringing them the lead, right? I'm licensed, so that's legal. They wouldn't have met you without me. You don't pay a penny. The seller pays their commission, so you don't pay anything. You get great service because I made an introduction to a rock star, and then they only pay me if you actually buy a house, and they get paid by the seller, and they wouldn't have met you without me, so it's a win-win-win-win-win, which is just a great way to do business, right? Now, I do a decent amount of that because I have a large community of people who are in the military, and they travel all over the place, and they're always like, Dave, I'm moving here. Do you know anyone? And I'm like, yes, because I have a massive community of service members and vets, and they're all great agents. So it works. But you can build that out. I've got a lot of different pointers on that with building Facebook groups. And I mean, you could be the guy in your unit who gets their license, and then anytime someone's inbound, you're like, let me introduce you to agents. Or anytime someone's outbound, you're like, hey, I know an agent in that location that you're going. Let me introduce you to someone. Right there. If it costs you, let's say, $1,000 all in to get your license, one referral a year in almost any market will cover that cost, right? Or just one referral will cover that cost because it's not $1,000 a year, right? So, yeah. So that's the referral side. The part-time side, let's say you sell one house. You work with like one client, maybe two clients. And you just work nights and weekends. You show them a couple houses at night, a couple houses on weekends. You work with that one client, maybe two clients. You don't take on too much, and you're up front. Hey, this is what I do. You connect because you're both military. You show those houses. You're genuine. You don't do a ton of deals because it's part-time, but you do, one or two deals here and there. Maybe you do one a month. That's still really good. Maybe you do one or two a quarter. Who cares? I mean, if you do 4 to 8 deals a year and you make $2,000 or $3,000 a month in commission, that's still a good side hustle, right? And the reality is you'd probably make more than that on your commissions. So, my buddy who's doing it in Ventura County is definitely making more than that on his sales commissions, right? And he's not selling, I don't know how many he's doing each year, but he's not taking on more than like one client at a time, maybe two. And so that's another way to do it, part-time. And then there's the full-time thing, right? Like you get out and you become a full-time real estate agent, and depending on your market, I mean, you can do very well. I got friends who are selling millions in houses and doing very, very, very well, right? And you build a team out, and then you can bring people onto your team, and as they succeed, you succeed, and it's this, the better your team does, the better you do, and you get your broker's license, and then you get a small piece of, there's a lot of ways to scale this thing, right? And the better you are at networking and communication and sales and systems and processes, it's a very scalable business. There's a lot of very successful people. In fact, all of the GoBundance elders, like this really high-end mastermind group that I pay to be in, the 4 founders are all very successful Keller Williams brokers who own pieces of the brokerage, right? One of the guys is worth over $200 million, and he owns a massive chunk of Keller Williams brokerages. That's what he does, right? So those are, it's a business model that works. It's tried and true. Real estate needs to be transacted. Agents need to exist. Do I think the business model may change a little bit over the years and commission structures might change? And yeah, but there's always going to be a space for that client-focused real estate agent. And there's also always going to be a space, I think, for that service member or veteran to work with other service members and veterans, especially around military bases. So what are we building? Military to Agent is a free Facebook community where we're just going to help people who are interested in maybe getting their license. So if you have stuck around and you're like, that sounds interesting, cool, maybe this is a good side hustle. Link down below will take you to that Facebook group. Click on it, join it for free. we're basically going to point you in the right direction to learn about getting your license, get your license. We're working the process right now to get approved by SkillBridge so that we can take people on as interns and make sure this is a good fit. Help you get your license, show you the ropes, spin you up. You can leave the military, and if this is a good fit, great, join the team. If not, hey, you got 4 to 6 months to work with us on SkillBridge on your way out of the military, and our hope is to set you or all of you up for success, right? That's really the goal. It was started because I really like this team. I was pointing people towards them because people were asking me what team they should join, and I was like, these guys are friends, and they were having a lot of success, and then I was like, man, it'd be cool if I was part of the team and I could say, join our team instead of join his team. And we kind of started talking, and then we were like, yeah, let's do it. And so that's what we're doing now. We're like, join our team. And then what's actually happened is I made the announcement, and like all these really killer agents in the community were like, bro, I want in, let me in, I'm going to leave my brokerage, I'm leaving my team, I'm bringing my team over, this guy's going to bring his team in, I want to come in, I want to blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. We have, within the first 24 hours, we had 180 people in the Facebook group, and I've had 4 people with like big time. Like one of the guys was Rookie of the Year in San Diego County, and then top 3 agents the next year. And I mean, like guys with teams, guys and girls who are just crushing it, are like, I will leave my brokerage and move my whole team over to you. It's actually really cool. And so we were kind of trying to play around with like, what should the name of the actual team be? So like, once you make it through the free Facebook group and you get your license, you go through and you SkillBridge and whatever, and if you decide you want to join our team, then we were trying to figure out, like, we want that to be like the Military Millionaire Real Estate Team. Like, and that would be, you get mastermind calls once a week with like $1 million gross commission earning agent who's one of our partners, or Charlie, who's like the training partner, or me talking about referrals and stuff. You get free access to my referral course. I'm going to give that away to anyone who joins the team. I'm not going to give it away free to everyone else. I know I talked about it. I know it's like, but I charge like $3,500 for it, $34.97, because that's the price of a roughly 1.5 times my average commission that I receive, right? That's how I came up with the price. So it's absolutely worth that, but I'm going to give it away to anyone who joins the team. And then, so you're going to get all that. You get access to 2 other calls every week that are done by the $1 million commission, his mentors. And then we're going to bring in production coaches and sales coach. I mean, we're going to try to make it just the most baller team ever and make sure everyone's set up for success. Recorded calls. I'm going to bring in, move over some recorded calls from other courses I have and other masterminds I run and other guest speakers I've had, and just really try to make it valuable. But what's been really cool is we were trying to think of the name. All these other agents are trying to jump in as fast as possible. And so we're having a conversation yesterday, and I was just like, dude, I don't want this to be the, like, join Dave and Charlie's team, or Dave, Charlie, and Matt's team. Like, let's just make this bigger than us. Like, this is the military team. Like, this is the military real estate team. Like, fuck everything. And so, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with this, but yeah, this thing's bigger than us at this point. Like, I don't know. We're going to have some kind of leadership structure or something, but I mean, people are wanting to join, and just everybody wants to just make this like the most beastly nationwide real estate, just take over the world type of team for service members and vets. And we'd love to have you. So if any of this sounded good, if the idea of joining a team full of real estate agents who just want to sling houses and be badasses together sounds awesome, join that Facebook group. And as we build this thing out, let's stay in touch. We'd love to help. And just for a little background, the $1 million gross commission guy, F-35 pilot, medically retired. Charlie, retired Air Force. Me, the military millionaire, got out of the Marine Corps because I was making more money outside the Marine Corps and was able to walk at 13 years. Some of the other guys who were looking to jump over, recon Marine, retiring Navy officer, just a bunch of really cool dudes. There's some other females that are, I mean, it's not just dudes, right? Like but I say dudes generically, so it is what it is. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be really cool. It's exciting. So yeah, I think this is a great side hustle or full-time hustle or whatever you want to call it. But we'd love to have you. So come on down.